Greetings, everyone. Lovely to be with you again on this glorious, stormy few days that we've had here in Los Angeles, California, after quite a long period of dryness, serious drought that we had entered here. Very interesting polarities that are happening really globally. So we've been very much enjoying the waters and the beautiful stormy clouds and a little bit of thunder and lightning, divine and delicious. And such a perfect, glorious way to complete a transit of Mercury retrograde that is gone direct yesterday and bringing in our new moon, which is today. Leading us into the Spring Equinox this month. And so as we enter this new moon cycle, always remember during the new moon, it's an opportunity and an invitation for you to clarify your visions and your intentions. And as we start a new year, we take that opportunity to do the same. And the calendar year is a calendar year that's been, created by individuals, but we do have the cyclical aspects of our own planet, our cycles, our seasons, and of the planets around us that impact us. And so in the end of December, we're in that winter season, we're in that deep yin time, we're in that time of deeper reflection and going within and beginning to plant in that depth of the yin the intentions and visions for the new seasons ahead, the new cycle ahead, and the new year. And so it's always a very rich soil time between December 21st and March 21st, where you plant those seeds and you tend to the soil and you step away and just nourish the soil without going back in there and saying, like, what's going on with my seeds? They haven't sprouted. I don't have any flowers, and I don't have any plants, whatever it is. I don't have that relationship I want, or the job that I want, or the money that I would like, or a sense of fulfillment. And we forget that within seasons there's that cycle and there's that period and that of gestation and of honoring that time. It's a time for us to rest and to let go and to surrender, to trust we've done our part and we're co-creating, and the universe will do its part, and that as that cycle completes itself, comes around into the spring, those seeds begin to sprout and begin to show their face. And, again, we don't want to go in there and push that sprout into something beyond what it is. We want to really allow its process of opening, of growing, of strengthening. And that's, that symbology is of ourselves. And so honoring ourselves and honoring the co-creative process, honoring that we do our part, we plant the seeds, and then we allow the universe to do its part. And as we plant those seeds, part of the universe's part is that it sends us messages, it sends us guidance, it sends us resources, it sends us people into our lives. And we co-create by following that guidance and listening to that guidance. And the time between December 21st and March 21st is a very deep yin time and a really powerful time to do deep listening. And as we approach this new season of the spring, and as we've been in a Mercury retrograde, it's a powerful time in Mercury retrograde to complete things. It's a powerful time to revisit projects that have kind of gone by the wayside, to revisit issues within your own psyche, within your own relationships, within your way of relating to the world, and have deeper cleaning out, deeper cleansing, a deeper transformation and transmutation of those patterns and beliefs and behaviors. And so, such powerful alignment, because as we're coming out of that Mercury retrograde, we're moving in to a new moon, so we're moving into those new patterns, new behaviors, renewal into the spring, allowing ourselves to come fully forth, stepping out of the cave of our own psyche and our lives, and stepping into our dharma, into our creations and into our co-creations and service to the world, into sharing those gifts within us. And so this is a powerful time, this new moon phase, and by the time you receive this podcast, it may have been past the new moon, so you can apply that to the next new moon. But as we're moving into the full moon and into the waxing moon, being clear on those intentions and renewing those intentions, those seeds that you planted around the winter solstice. Renewing them and cleaning out the roots of those seeds and clarifying and aligning, like a laser sharp alignment with the divine, with your source. The divine, when I refer to the divine, it's your source, whatever that is for you. Higher power, consciousness, universal consciousness, God, goddess, and aligning. So that's a powerful partnership where we are receiving, during these periods of the seasons and cycles of the earth and the planets. It's a powerful time to laser that guidance, laser those intentions that are coming from your higher awareness, your higher consciousness, and coming from your source, and then directing them forward, focusing them forward onto your path, onto your life, to give you footsteps to step forward into your life and into your world, and to share those gifts. And so, this is a powerful time during this cycle to clear out, a lot of what many of us carry from our imprints of our childhoods, and if you believe in past lives, from our past lives, a powerful time to clear out and release our attachments to feeling victimized by anybody or any situation. In the end, we are no longer victims. We may have had incidences or situations where we were betrayed, where we were abused, where we were misunderstood, from light situations to really very, very intense, harsh conditions that many of us have walked through. And the reality is that no matter what it is that we have been born into or have had experience in our lives, we always have the opportunity to transform and transmute that situation and that condition. The universe is always providing us those opportunities, and it is really up to us to step up and utilize those opportunities. It's also up to us to step up and to ask for the assistance and the help to transform those situations, because each one of us, within us, is the seed of life, of love, of greatness. Each one of us has a gift. A great mentor and teacher of mine, Bob Trask, planted this in my consciousness early on my healing and teaching path, which is that, within you, you have a gift. Each of you have a gift that is essential for the collective harmony. Each of you are necessary and needed to step out into the world in order for there to be a holistic and whole planet. And so each one of you listening to this podcast has an important role in the world. And it's only unique to you. We are all one. We are all connected. It's one consciousness. But each one of us has a unique thread of that consciousness. We have a unique opportunity to share something that is true to who our being is and what our dharma is and what our service is. And that awareness shifts through time, and that passion and focus with that awareness shifts through time. And the form in which that gift and that dharmic path and service takes shape changes constantly, constantly. And it's very important for us to not be attached to that form and to allow the essence of your gift, to shine forth. So, your gift as a young person may have been a beautiful voice and musician, and you had a great passion and vision that you would be this star and you would be, singing all over the world and, winning Grammys and impacting lives. And that's a beautiful vision and reality for many and a service for many. And there may have been opportunities for that in certain venues, and then that may have changed shape, and your voice was needed in other ways. Your powerful voice, your creative voice was being called to step forth in a different form, to share and to serve. And so it's very essential for us to let go of attachment and to allow the cycle of death and rebirth. And that's the powerful time of a waning moon, a Mercury retrograde into a new moon and spring equinox. It's an opportunity to allow the death of what is old and no longer serving to be renewed into something new. All around us, we're constantly being shown and experiencing life, death, and rebirth. And this planet is going through a very huge rebirth. There's lots dying. And it's been predicted that, these polarities of these weather patterns will be happening. And I know for myself, I very much struggled during this drought period that we've had here in Los Angeles and in California, and really struggling with understanding it and always realigning and remembering that this is the change that is happening, and it has been predicted that there will be species and there will be plants and ecosystems that will be dying out as new ones will be born, as part of the shifting of consciousness that's happening on this planet, as part of this dying out of a unconscious humanity into a conscious humanity, where we've been really disconnected from our impact and our connection to the earth and our connection to the divine and to the heavens and to that higher awareness. And so we're birthing this newness within ourselves and within our planet, and so allowing those old forms to die out as new forms. And Reiki, your practice with Reiki is key for that. If you are Reiki attuned, you really have a gift, and your daily connection with Reiki supports you in that renewal, in that transformation on a daily basis, and also assists you with aligning and receiving your guidance and your intentions and your visions and your dharmic path and your service. It also draws to you and brings to you those resources, staying in the Reiki energy through your daily practice, and not only through your daily practice, but staying connected with other Reiki practitioners and Reiki communities, staying connected with Reiki materials. All of that supports in drawing into you and to you those resources to assist you on your path. Yeah? And we all go through periods and phases where, I was sharing about this in the last level 1-2 class that I taught, that it's like every friendship, we go through periods and cycles. We're really close buddies, we're hanging out a lot, and then our lives take over and we get adrift and we don't have as much time. And so that happens with us with our relationship with Reiki. We are first attuned, we're really excited, we're doing it every day, we're staying connected, and then life happens and we get adrift. And what's beautiful is Reiki never leaves us. It's always with us, and it can be picked up at any time, any moment. So I've been reading a great book by Frank Petter, This is Reiki, and he was sharing about how Reiki renews our entire bloodstream, lymphatic system, and detoxes us, cleanses us. And that's why it's highly, highly, recommended that you do Reiki on yourself regularly and also receive treatments regularly, because it detoxes the system. It detoxes the blood, the lymph, and supports the body's natural way of detoxing. The body's always releasing toxins in different pockets and areas of the body, and the positions of our Reiki treatment, support the continued movement of those toxins out of the body and new energy coming in. It's again reflected in these cycles, these, new, old dying out as new is coming in. And so your Reiki practice helps you stay aligned with those cycles as well, and supports you in hearing and receiving that awareness of what are my next indicated steps. What is it that I need to be doing to support me in thriving in the world and fulfilling my Dharma. And fulfilling my Dharma it can be just as simple as just feeling good and being alive and enjoying your meal and enjoying your relationships. So Dharma is different for everyone. Your Reiki practice and also your yoga practice. I'm an advocate of Kundalini Yoga, and it very much coincides with my Reiki practice, very interconnected for me, and your yogic path or meditation path may be different. But the combination of the two is very powerful. They're very powerful technologies and mediums and tools to support you in renewal, in thriving, in living your divine essence and flow. Give yourself that gift, and for those of you that are consciously continuing and living your path where you are connected to your daily practice, I salute you. And those of you that are committed to your daily practice and focused on that responsibility and that self-care, that will support you in your leadership in the world. For those of you that are healers and teachers and caregivers, it's essential to have your regular practice because it gives you that constant and consistent daily renewal. And for everybody, that shape changes and renews. And what I always say to my clients and students is do something, but allow for the consistency, because the consistency creates a foundation, which creates a program, which creates an imprint in your own body and being that affects all of your relationships and then programs your connection with the universe and allows you to be deeply connected and receiving and aligned and flowing and moving to all those synchronistic connections. It brings synchronicities in your lives. And this is the reality of life, especially today in this age, is the way that we care for ourselves, the way that we think, the way that we feel, the way that we relate creates an imprint that brings things to us and repels things from us. And that is not to mean that we will not have periods, that we will be in pain, because this new time, and even with all of these technologies, it's not about that life is void of pain. Loving someone and loving your work and stepping out and risking can sometimes create pain when there is loss, in whatever way that may be. When somebody leaves our lives, somebody transitions and leaves the planet, when a project ends, there is a death, and sometimes there is pain. When a project doesn't fulfill, there is pain. And so the beauty about all of our practices, our Reiki practice and our yoga and meditation practice, is that it allows us to be with that pain. That's the beauty. I was teaching a Karuna Reiki class last weekend, and it's all about working through the shadow self and opening up to new frequencies of Reiki that support and healing all those layers within our being that have kind of gotten hidden and coagulated and interrupting our flow in life. We're really looking at those places of pain and allowing them to come to the surface. We talk about this in all the levels of Reiki, but we really work on this more deeply in the Karuna level. We really allow that pain to come to the surface and heal. And we really get to see those parts of us that, we may not like or we really struggle with, and bring compassionate love to them and allow them to have their gifts within them to come to the surface. And when we do that, we really kind of embrace the totality of who we are and the totality of our experience. And we honor, all parts. And we see the wisdom and the beauty in all those parts, and we allow them. And so our daily practice, allows us to be present with whatever is occurring in our lives. And that solid foundation and consistent practice allows us to bring all parts of ourselves and our life to that practice, and gives us the energy to move forward, and gives us clarity, and allows us to see, these parts that, are no longer serving, and allows us to offer them up, to the universe to transform and to transmute and to create new pathways, new avenues, new patterns, new behaviors, new experiences, and then living from that place of, depth and joy and renewal. And so, it's very, very powerful and fascinating that we're moving into this spring equinox as we're into this new moon out of this Mercury retrograde, and we have this cyclical seasonal experience of renewal. But what I want to really bring to you today is that you have that opportunity always with Reiki. You have that opportunity for renewal always with Reiki. And part of that renewal and part of that relationship with Reiki is, and especially also with your yoga and meditation practice, is supporting you and assisting you to be with all parts of that cycle and phase, and be present with and embrace all parts. In our Karuna class, we also connect quite deeply with Kuan Yin. She's also known as Canon, and she's a powerful presence in the Usui system of Reiki as well. The mental emotional symbol is directly connected with Kuan Yin. And so her presence is very strong in our Karuna classes, and her message of compassion, embracing all parts of us, and brings to us, one of the gifts of Karuna Reiki is it brings to us that aspect of compassion, which is about the alleviation of suffering. That is, Kuan Yin's mission is to, support all of humanity in alleviating from suffering and elevating and evolving. But with Karuna, we're moving to compassionate action, which is the alleviation of the illusion of suffering. So really helps to release us from all. And when we're working with that part, if you are Karuna attuned and you're listening to this podcast, when you're working with the Karuna symbols, you're really, it's allowing you to release all those patterns and behaviors and thoughts and ideas and experiences that have created an illusion of suffering, that have created patterns of suffering where there really is no need for suffering. And so, again, what's beautiful with our practices is that we get to be really patient as we move through all these cycles and awarenesses to release this suffering and to step forward. And as each one of us does that, we're allowing that and opening up that field for people around us, and we're allowing that and opening up that field for the planet as a whole, moving out of suffering and moving into this golden age, this Aquarian age. And so what I'd like us to do is to kind of allow ourselves to slip into a meditation and support us as we're moving into the Spring Equinox. So if you're able to get yourself in a comfortable place, please do. And if you're not, listen along and connect to the best of your ability. If you're driving, just allow this energy that's coming through this podcast and this meditation and visualization to just support you and stay conscious on the road. And go ahead and take a full deep breath and release. And again, take a full deep breath and release. And a third time, breathing into the fullness, the wholeness within you, and exhaling, fully present into the now. And as you deepen in your breath, just enjoying the presence of your breath as it travels through your body temple, all the way down to your toes and up the back of your body, relaxing, unwinding, releasing. And bringing awareness as your breath all the way down to your toes, and bringing awareness to your coccyx or your feet connected into the earth, and drawing up through your breath the support and energy of the earth, feeling the fullness and wholeness of the earth as it fills you full with your breath, and feeling that union of your breath, your body, and the earth. And if you're Reiki attuned, bringing your hands in Gassho meditation as you deepen in that alignment, the breath, body, earth, and bringing your hands into Reiki Ho now, palms together at the third eye, inviting Reiki to flow through you in your highest good. And then bringing the hands back to the heart, relaxing the hands and just breathing deeply into the Reiki energy flowing through you, feeling the fullness of your breath, your body, and the earth, all one unit. This is a very simple way of you renewing with Reiki. You can keep your hands in Gassho meditation if you'd like, because the soles of your hands, the palms of your hands, have 72,000 nerve endings connecting with your entire body temple. And so as palms are together, Reiki is flowing through and your entire body is receiving Reiki. And this is one simple way of renewing daily and throughout the day. And as you're connected here at your heart, feeling the pulsing of your heart, take a moment and just feel the gentleness of the flow of your breath and the flow of Reiki, and bringing awareness to that universal life force, universal breath that flows through you, reminding you, one of the beauties of Reiki is it reminds us that, we really don't do anything on our own. Reiki is such a wonderful teacher that to let go and let this higher energy do the work. And just take that moment surrendering into that flow of the divine, of the grace, of the divine, of the universe. And as we emerge into this spring season, searching your heart, tuning into your heart's desires, intentions, visions. And those of you that are attuned to Reiki, you can invoke any of the symbols that you like. If you're attuned to the advanced level, and invoking the master symbol. Just opening up to that higher awareness, breathing it in, clarifying your heart's desires. What is it that I am ready to let go of? What is it that I am no longer willing to empower, bring energy to, serve? What is it that I'm willing to let rest, let die away? What is it that I am willing to forgive and release? And then what is it that I am ready to step into? What is it that I am ready to feel and to experience and to know and to receive? And what is it that I am ready to share, to give, to serve, and to gift to others? Breathing that in, breathing the answers in through your breath into your entire body. Drinking in your own Reiki light and drinking in the Reiki light that is coming through this podcast on this new moon. Breathing into the grace of Reiki. Breathing into the grace and compassion of Reiki, of Kuan Yin, of the divine, of the great source that cares for us and carries us. Breathing that in and taking that into all those places and corners within your being, allowing it to surround your intentions. Feeling it, its healing elixir, drenching every ounce of your being, all of your concerns and desires, in a buoyant field of radiant divine love. And then allow those heart's desires, intentions, just place them on a little canoe that's traveling down that stream of love. Just releasing it into the arms, into the presence of the infinite, the creative universe. And continue dropping it into the canoe. And it may drift off and a new canoe shows up and you drop more intentions, heart's desires, visions. And also with that, concerns, prayers, allowing it to flow beautifully on this river of love. that floats and flows into the universe, into the creative hub of the universe, into the core, into the heart space of that higher power. And then let go and let Reiki. Drinking in to your entire body the awareness and the knowledge and the truth that all intentions are answered. Letting go of how, when, or where. And then allow yourself the gift of daily reconnecting with this flow that's always here, ever present, available, and waiting for your call. Take a deep breath, inhaling and release. And you can continue if you like in this space and come back to listen to the rest of the closing of this podcast. Or you can begin to gently bring your palms together if they aren't together, and rubbing them together, stimulating the 72,000 nerve endings. Bring those palms to your face, drinking in, making contact with your physical body. Gently opening your eyes, acclimating to the space around you. And let your fingers do the traveling, giving yourself a little light touch. And as you gently bring yourself back, bringing back with you that inner landscape into the outer landscape, bringing back with you that inner awareness, inner connection, inner flow of grace, of bounty, of beauty, and of bliss. And the awareness that you are deeply, deeply loved and cared for. And all that it requires is simply for you to recognize, step forward, and embrace. So I invite you to take this opportunity during this period before the Spring Equinox to move into deep meditation and connect with your practice and write down those visions, those seeds, those intentions. And as the Spring Equinox approaches, and on the Spring Equinox, give yourself the gift of a ceremony, a ritual of some kind to plant those intentions. The universe revolves around, we all revolve around ceremony and ritual. Brushing our teeth is a ceremony and ritual. You know, something you do every day, every morning, every night, some people throughout the day. So it's nothing really esoteric or foreign or beyond kind of practical. Give yourself the gift on the Spring Equinox of a ritual and ceremony with your intentions. And I will actually be teaching a Reiki 1 and 2 class on that weekend, the 22nd and the 23rd. So it will be a powerful, powerful class. And if you're not attuned, or if you are attuned, you can always return. If you're attuned through me, you can always return. And if you're attuned through someone else and would like to learn with me, it's always a wonderful thing to take classes again and get new information and new energy and be reattuned I've studied with several different teachers on all the levels. And, throughout the month we'll be meeting through yoga evenings. I'm now offering the gatherings for men as well as women on the first Tuesday of the month, which is very exciting, the Radiant Man and Woman. And so it's a wonderful opportunity for you men out there to come and to receive this support of these circles, to carry your visions and to support and assist you in manifesting your dharmic path, and to cleanse and clear through the practice of Kundalini Yoga. And then we'll be doing our women's wisdom circles now, the third Tuesday of the month. As we move into the spring, my schedule is going to be getting fuller, so I've had to kind of listen to the divine and see the needs, where my services are needed. And so I'm very excited to be offering the men and women's evening, and then having our women's gathering the third Tuesday of the month. And so join me for these. And also we'll have the Reiki Circle, the group Reiki Healing Night on the 14th of this month. And then I will be also very excited to be joining the women at Yoga Works through the Urban Zen experience. Urban Zen is a program that Yoga Works houses here, and it combines the practice of restorative yoga, Reiki, and aromatherapy, and it's quite delicious. I highly recommend joining us. So we'll be doing a few of those March 15th and then also March 29th, one in South Bay and one in Montana. So I'm very excited to be doing that, and a lot more to come. So you can check me on my website, sacredventures.com, and the most exciting is the annual women's retreat. We will be returning to Maui and going back to the Aromatherapy Foundation. It's such a beautiful, beautiful place, beautiful grounds, amazing views. We'll be doing a combination of Reiki, yoga, and sacred journeys throughout the land, and that will be around the fall equinox. So powerful, going from the spring equinox to the fall equinox, and we'll be doing some powerful work aligning us and preparing us for the winter solstice and the new year. So do join us. It's hard to really describe what these retreats do for you. They're a really wonderful way to unplug and to connect and to receive nurturings from the amazing land of Maui. Mama Maui is Tanmayo, who's our caterer. Delicious, amazing organic foods that she prepares for us. What Mama Maui does for us, just being there, and then the waters and the elements there, and it's quite an experience. So you can check out the details there and on my website, and I look forward to meeting you in person and working with you. I'm also available for one-on-one mentorship sessions, therapy, over the phone or in person. So if you're hearing me and you're not in Los Angeles, don't let that stop you. You can always connect with me through the phone connection. And it's such an honor to serve you in this way and to share this gift with you. And these podcasts I'm very passionate about sharing those with you and offering those for free, and it really fills my heart to give in this way, and I love connecting with you. So do share with me your experiences of these podcasts. You can go to Reiki Unleashed podcast and through iTunes and give me your comments. I love hearing from you, and I love your ratings. And so I'm wishing you a glorious and divine season, and I will look forward to connecting with you again in this venue in May, and the month of the Mother. Until then, I surround you and send you divine love, Reiki light, and wish for you continue radiance and beauty, bounty, and bliss, surrounded and filled with grace. Satnam.